Lockdown is taking an awful toll on mental health, and more people are turning to Lifeline than ever before. For almost 60 years, the service has been a godsend for millions. We thought you should meet some of the faces on the phones.
It's an absolute privilege to be on the phones and be there to support somebody in their time where they are so distressed. Hello, this is Lifeline. How may we help?
We sit and listen, and hopefully in that listening we can help people with their distress and their pain and their suffering.
I wanted to give back. That was something that I really wanted to do, and I think that was important to me, to just give something back to society.
Here at Wesley Mission in Sydney, this is the original telephone that received the very first Lifeline call on the 16th of March 1963. It took just 1 minute after the lines opened for that call to come through. Since then, the service has saved thousands of lives, and it's never been more important, with the 3 busiest days in Lifeline's history recorded last month. Liz Locke, Natalie Watson and Suzanne Briggs are just 3 of the faces behind the phones at Lifeline in Sydney. Mother of 3 Liz is a crisis support supervisor. She's been with the Suicide Prevention Service for 13 years.
I feel very proud to be part of Lifeline. I never contemplated coming here that I would end up in this role, but I came as a volunteer. And yes, definitely your identity gets a bit caught up in it, because you know that what you do is highly valued and highly valuable.
Liz says with the country in crisis, so too are its people.
I know a lot of people who are calling for the first time, and they would often say, I never thought I'd find myself in a position to be calling Lifeline. We sense a lot of loss and grief.
Can you tell me a little bit about what...
Natalie Watson has been with Lifeline for 3 years. She started as a volunteer, but now it's her job. Why do you do it?
Lots of reasons. Personal experience. A person in my life had attempted suicide many years ago, so seeing that firsthand was, had a huge impact on me. But I guess more recently, to demonstrate to my kids the importance of giving back.
Natalie says the reasons people call haven't changed during COVID, but the struggles have amplified.
Lots of loss of jobs, loss of identity, loss of self-worth when they're not going to work perhaps, or relationship breakdowns. That those were all already there, but just it's so much harder now for people, I'm finding.
Hello, Lifeline.
There are callers from across the country and from all walks of life.
As young as 15 in the last week, up to, I spoke to someone the other day in their 80s.
Hello, this is Lifeline. How may
Suzanne Briggs has worked the phones for 7 months. She works in the arts and became a volunteer during COVID.
It was a perfect opportunity for me to do the course. I had some time to do it, and it was one of the best things I had done.
Suzanne says it's changed her perspective on life.
I didn't realise before I went on the phones how much loneliness is really out there in our society.
Does it make you sad?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. You think there's no one for some of these callers to talk to except Lifeline. Yeah. But thank goodness we're there. Imagine if we weren't.
Lifeline has already received more than 700,000 calls this year, which is up by more than 20% compared to the year before COVID. Most have come from New South Wales, and second to that, Victoria. There are around 4,500 crisis supporters who are part of a team of 10,000 volunteers. It costs around $3,500 to train volunteers, and the service desperately needs another 300 to help with the increased demand.
We are absolutely blown away by the number of volunteers who continue to come in to do the work they've always done. but considering that their lives are impacted by COVID as well.
You know, because there's that shared thing that we all have. Yes, we are getting a lot of calls. There's no doubt about it.
What would your message be to anyone that's struggling at the moment and needs help?
I would say consider yourselves worthy of being helped.
Don't go through it on your own. That you don't need to go through it on your own. We're here to support you. We're here to listen and be there for you.
If people are really, you know, suffering and they feel they have no one to call Lifeline. We're there.
What good people, such a vital service they provide. And remember, you can contact Lifeline 24/7 on